Contrary to what a lot of my friends say, I'm really a well-balanced individual. But I became a better balanced individual once I started practicing some of the Tai Chi moves. What I found was that flexing the feet and shifting the weight is truly key to a person being able to move comfortably and with a lot more confidence and perhaps not falling. I'm going to suggest that you get next to your kitchen counter to do this, and I've put some socks on my feet. I think that you would be well to simply go barefoot while you're practicing this. I put the socks on so you could see what I was doing. First is the toe only lift. You can stand this way next to your counter. I'm going to stand this way so that you can see my feet just a little better. And what we're doing is just lifting the toes up and off the ground 4 times. And we're going to do it with each foot. 3, 4, and do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. These, of course, are simply some of the basics that start going along with the movement when you're doing the Tai Chi. But again, if you don't want to do the whole course, I can give you some of this right here. We'll do the basics, and there will be another video, at least one, where we'll be doing a little bit of moving, but always at the kitchen counter so you have stability. Now what I want you to do is one of my favorite exercises, hanging on here again, up on your, back on your heels, and up on your toes. Back on your heels, up on your toes. As you do this, I'd like you to just close your eyes for a minute and think about how it feels as you're doing this. You can really feel the difference from the stand to this rocking motion back and forth. Now this strengthens in front here. Normally we're quite strong in the calves, but not down the front. And with Parkinson's you can get this, what they call a PD foot drop. And that means that you tend to catch your toe when you're walking across the floor. You tend to catch your toe as you're stepping up onto a curb, which leads to falls. This happens in some people with arthritis, some people who are wearing extremely heavy shoes and they're not used to working their feet out. They're used to letting the shoe do the work for them. So we're going to try now to alternate from the heel, and then we're going to tap the toe of the foot. Actually, we're going to tap the ball of the foot, not the toe, but down in here where you would normally be turning. So it'll be touch, 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 3, touch, 4, touch, and on the other side, 1, touch, 2, touch, 3, touch, 4, touch. We'll do it again. And keep at this nice slow pace. Feel how that feels. 3, touch, 4, touch on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. I'll bet that you haven't really done that with your feet very often. Most people don't. Runners even don't do that with their feet. They may do a few exercises, but they usually are not specific to this flexing, pointing that's so important. We're going to now do the same thing, only different. We're going to grind with a heel. Then we're going to grind with the toe of the same foot. Same foot, heel and toe, actually ball of the foot, just easier to say toe. Heel, toe. And changing feet, put that heel down and grind. Use the whole leg. And the toe, Remember, you can stand with both hands holding yourself on the counter. I'm just doing this so you can see me. Heel, toe, and one more. Heel, toe. Okay, that kind of gives you an idea of the moving and the turning and things that happen when you're actually doing your walking. Even here at the counter and you're starting to, kind of shift around and you're working your way over to the kitchen sink, you tend to move your feet and you can plod your way through it, you can move your way gently through it, but how often do you ever think about how you're moving through it? Now, what I'd like you to do, we've done this toe-only lift, right? Now what we're going to do is, that's called a flex. And so what we want to do now, with you facing here, I would like you to lift a flexed foot just a little bit by drawing your knees up. I don't care which direction your toes are pointing. They can be out here, they can be in front. Just go back and forth, lifting your foot and keeping it flexed. Now, as you're doing this, I'd like you to close your eyes and feel yourself lifting the toe. Lifting the toe and the ankle is kind of bent. You haven't done that in a long time. Go ahead and open your eyes for the all-important weight shift. This I'm definitely going to have to aim at you, because if I aim here, you're not going to figure it out. What we're going to do is have the feet slightly apart. This is very important, is the weight shift. Keeping your feet on the floor, and you can have them like this, whatever's comfortable to you. I want you to rock over and bend the knee on one side, come up to center and stop. Go to the other side by bending the knee, come up to center and stop. Okay, I'm going to do 4 on one side. 1, 2, 3, and you can see this isn't very deep. 4, on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, after you've done 4 in a row, you're going to start feeling a little strength happening here in the front of the thighs. And that's what catches you if you happen to be falling. It's usually a bent knee, and this muscle here is going to be the thing that catches you. So you want to make sure that these muscles are tight. And to balance out the muscle here, you can just do like 4 little lifts, 4 little lifts, 4 little lifts, 4 little lifts. I was only doing 2, just kind of showing you what you're doing there. And that way it'll help keep the muscles balanced. Now, we're going to go back to your weight shift. Now, shift, be sure and hang on. Shift your weight back to center. Now watch my knees. I'm going to exaggerate. In the center to the side. In the center to the side. In the center to the side. In the center and to the side. And relax. Kind of shake them out a little bit. Okay, now we're going to combine this weight shift, because this is actually the step that you're used to doing, or going to get used to doing, I hope. Now remember how we had the lift, right? We had the toe lift and flex. Okay, what we're going to do is take a weight shift with the toe lift and flex. And what I want you to do is bend your knees, shift over just like we did, stand up with the legs rather straight, and lift the flexed foot off the floor. Shift and lift. Down and across, shift, lift. Down and across, shift, lift. shift, lift. You don't have to lift much. Shift, lift. Shift, lift. I'm going to kind of go sideways so you can see what happens with my knees as we're doing this. Just a little bit of a bend, and then I have to straighten in order to get the lift. Shift, lift. Shift, lift. Shift, lift, and shift, lift. This one we're going to do, this next one, it's almost the same thing, but we're going to practice it. I'll come down here just so that I can see you. We're going to practice this one because of that PD foot drop. The exercises that we'll be doing in other videotapes, that's old-fashioned, that we'll be doing in videos, are going to actually help you with moving. These are all that we're doing today are more or less in one place. And I'd like you to get these kind of under your belt before we move to the next video. Now, we're going to do the shift and lift like we did before, but this time instead of just lifting the flexed foot, what I'd like you to do is lift the knee. Lift the knee. Shift, lift. 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 And one more. And lift. And relax. You can go ahead and you can kind of rub your thighs a little. Do a couple of kickbacks. That'll help stretch them out. Now, we're going to start with just one exercise moving. And that's why I like the counter, because we can move up and down a counter and still have that support with our hands. And what you're going to do is you're going to bend your knees, and you're going to lift, take a step, heel, toe, shift your weight, lift the other foot, step it down. Shift your weight to that foot as you lift, step, heel, toe, shift weight, bring your foot in, shift weight over, heel, toe, shift to the side, and step, one more, and lift and step, shift weight, put your foot down, off to the other side, and the weight is on one foot, heel down, toe down, shift weight, step, and shift it over, lift and step, lift your foot, heel, toe, shift weight, step, and last time, heel, toe, shift your weight, and step. I'm going to practice this maybe twice a day, every day, and so you can get a good feel for it. And I'm going to have, theoretically, I'm going to have another video for you next week, and it will take this one step farther. You can always look for me on Facebook, and you're going to find all of the instructions written out with the same name as the video that you find here.